You ever buy something on the internet at like 2:30 in the morning and then you wake up the next morning and you're like, what did I do? I bought tickets to Hong Kong. Awesome. That was months ago that I was just up for some reason. I know probably the reason. I won't go down that road. But we've ended up in Hong Kong because of a mad purchase I made in the middle of the night. And we rode on the plane probably about 4 or 5 hours-ish. I was mapping and Eric was sleeping, so any amount of hours could have happened.
I was napping. Dude, you can make a rap out of this.
I was mapping, you be napping. That's what
God.
we do on the plane.
That was so white, it was
I know.
painful.
Yeah, I should have left it it was way hipper the way I did it before. It's about
5
6?
5 a.m.?
It's at 5 a.m. here. We're an hour ahead of Tokyo.
It's 5:18.
So, 5:18?
Yeah.
5:18 here, and we came through immigration and hand over our passport, and they gave us this little slip of paper. I'm showing you the back because my sensitive information is on the other side. They gave us this little piece of paper. It does not adhere to your passport at all, but this is your verification to be in the country for the tourist amount of time. You lose this, you're gonna spend some time trying to get another one.
Yeah, it says you gotta go to
get out of the
immigration
country.
again.
Like, I am seriously holding it very tightly in my passport because I don't want to lose that. And that is kind of shocking to me as a traveler. I have stamps in my old passport of Hong Kong. So they've moved from stamps to seriously not secure. I'm baffled. I cannot believe that. So I'm worried about that, actually. But I give my stuff to Eric, and then I put all that responsibility on him. That feels pretty good.
So this isn't our first time to Hong Kong.
No, it is not our first time in Hong Kong.
And the last time, can you explain the circumstances of the last time? Just the whole trip, like kind of like, not every bit of the trip, but should I explain it?
We were, yes, you seem eager.
We were just traveling around the world, and we were leaving Southeast Asia after, I don't know, we were down there for like 8 months or something. Don't quote me on that, but we were down there for a while, jumping around a bunch of different countries. And as we were heading north to escape the summer and use the warm weather in the northern part of Asia, we hit Hong Kong for like a week or two and explored it quite a bit and loved it at the time. So now we are really looking forward to seeing it again and seeing like if it's different and if we're different and like the different things we can get into. And I have a question for you. Do you think that there's anything...
I have a question for you. Will you take this passport away from me?
You're gonna lose the little chip.
Is too much. I was fiddling with my bag going, this should not be happening. What's your question?
My question is there anything specifically interesting that you are hoping to get out of this? Not a specific like activity or anything, but are you looking to get deep into food? Are you looking to...
What's really interesting? My coworker asked me, and she was like, what activities are you looking forward to do? And I said, I'm looking forward to hanging out with Eric. Like,
well, dude, we could have done that at home.
No, we couldn't do that at home.
Not after you bought those tickets.
And you're about to get hit by a cart. I'm busy working, and on the weekends we do go and do stuff and we hang out, but it feels rushed. And this feels like it's going to be the first moment in a long time that we have been able to hang out by ourselves, because I went to America, you came to San Francisco, but we hung out with friends, we hung out with family, and we immediately came back. I'm back at work, you're back doing your work stuff, and we're just weekending, and now we have some us time.
How many days are we going to be in Hong Kong?
We'll be here for 5 days. Activity-wise, Star Ferry. That's...
You just want to ride that boat?
I just want to ride that boat. I got a boat thing, obviously. And food-wise, hopefully we'll conquer this soon.
Yeah.
Kongi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Insert that for every single word I say that is not part of English. And I'm excited about that porridge stuff. You'll see it soon.
Come on.
Transport is not 24 hours here, so more videos! We won't be able to get on the train, or on the bus. On the bus, that's going to be hard to start saying, for another half an hour. So, let this video begin. We are at the airport right now. we're going to travel along these same lines. This is actually the train line, but we're not going to take the train because we're going to take it cheap and slow. And we're going to go down to the south side of the bay to Hong Kong Station.
Why?
Because I think we can get some congee there. And if we can't, there's other breakfasts that I've found.
So years ago when we went on our trip around the world, one of the most memorable moments in my mind of that entire trip is when we had come to Hong Kong and we had arrived at night, and they have these double-decker buses, and we had got to sit in the front window on the top level, and we just went from the airport into the city, and just seeing the city is just had this huge impact on me. It's burned into my mind, all these neon signs and everything, because it was at nighttime, and it was just it was magical. It was really, really amazing. And this time coming in, we came in the morning, and the sun had already come up, so it was a completely different thing. It was a different atmosphere, but it was amazing to see the city. We both sat there with our jaws dropped, just looking out the window, because you're going in, it's so distinctly Hong Kong. It's it doesn't look like any other city, because it's sits on this bay, and there's these hills and stuff behind this city skyscraper situation going on, and there's these huge boats out in this bay, and all of these shipping container things that you go by and everything. Yet it's still got this modern thing going on, and you can just feel the atmosphere kind of coming over you in the same way that you can see all the clouds coming over all the buildings as in the city as you come in. It's really cool. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm really excited to see what Katie's found for breakfast because I'm really hungry. We've already discovered one of the things that was difficult about Hong Kong yet again, and it's getting across the street here is really difficult. They block it all off, so there's no way pedestrians can get across. There's no crosswalks and stuff. So a lot of times you have to find a bridge that's above, or you have to find a underground passageway, and we think we found an underground passageway. So we're gonna try and do that, but just getting across major roads can be a bit of a challenge. I remember a couple of times getting rage angry, trying to cross a street.
I don't remember that at all, yeah. But I do remember recently in Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, that was another place. Yeah, I did. We were looking for water or something. We found Katie's restaurant, and it is in a district of town where it's still pretty early. I'm not quite sure what time it is. It's 8 o'clock, maybe even earlier than that. I'm looking for a clock now. And we're in a district of town where nothing is open. So we found this shop, and along the street that is outside, it's the only thing that's functioning at this point. And as we walked through the neighborhood, everything was closed, and we stumbled upon it, and it was in our guidebook. The guidebook that we're using is a Japanese guidebook we bought in Japan, so everything's in Japanese, and we're using that to find things. So it was recommended by this Japanese place, and the dish is something that is kind of interesting. It is like a rice porridge, basically. And I have a bit of a connection to this because when I was a teenager in America, I worked at a Chinese restaurant with a family that was from Macau, which is very close to Hong Kong. So I'm not sure how closely the two cuisines are related to each other, but I mean geographically they're close, so probably kind of similar. And of course they serve American Chinese food for American people, so General Tso's and all that kind of thing, crystal chicken and stuff. And I mean it's good, but it's not real Chinese food, you know. And the reason I have a connection to this is because when I would come into work every morning, all the staff in the back who spoke no English at all would be back there eating this exact dish. Except ours has got pork and beef in it. One has pork, one has beef. The guys at the Chinese restaurant would just be eating it with little fish on top of it, and they would just get down on it every day, same stuff. And I never really knew what it was at the time. I was just all right, that dude is eating that stuff again every day. So this is actually the first time I'm gonna get to try it, and I'm a little bit excited about it. The ordering process was interesting. They have a menu on the table, and it's all written in Cantonese. So we have this interesting quirk, we can read the menu, but we can't say it because we know, okay, I know that means pork, and I know that means meat, and I know that means this dish, but I don't know how to turn that into Cantonese. I know what it says in Japanese. So we have a pointing system, and the lady is like, we're pointing, and like the bars are really narrow, and it was a little bit confusing. But we ended up getting our jams. I'll be honest, as many times as I saw them eat this when I was like 17, I don't remember how to eat it. So I'm just gonna eat it and hopefully not look like a moron. So here's mine, and I ended up getting which one did I get? I got beef. So you see those big pieces of meat in there, and then this is like a rice-based porridge that guy is making, and he's like boiling rice basically, like hardcore, and then I don't know, doing other stuff to it.
I must point out that the onions are very striking in smell.
Yeah, I was gonna say the smell of the onion is a distinct like thing that I've experienced having not tasted it yet. So okay, Chinese chopsticks are like slippery because they're like plastic, you know. Oh, that's a lot of meat.
That is you might want to. I don't know.
It's gonna be really hot.
That's a lot of meat.
I don't expect this to be a really strong flavor. I expect it to be like a comforting type of thing. Like that's what I'm expecting. Hearty, maybe. It's good. The beef is a little bit chewy, but not really in a bad way. It's not like it's a poor cut of meat. It's more like the way they've cooked it has made it like chewy instead of, you know, what you would expect from normal meat. I'm having a little bit of trouble. It was too big. I should have cut that up.
Yeah, for real.
It is very distinctly like Chinese foody. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's a really good explanation. The broth tastes a bit like an egg drop soup, which is bizarre because I don't know if there's any egg in here, but it's kind of got that consistency. It's pretty good. I feel like maybe we should be adding like sauces and stuff to it, but I'm not sure if we're gonna figure that out.
Oh, I'm gonna figure that out.
Yeah, Katie is gonna figure it out. Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely not bad. I was worried it would have like a fish base or something, but if it does, I can't tell. This is like kind of the perfect get off a plane and like I'm kind of like food. So yeah, this was a really good idea.
We have no idea what we're doing. One of my favorite hobbies, my restaurant hobbies, is to try all the condiments on the table. It's important to me. The porridge has a salty consistency, like not consistency, a salty flavor to it already. So you're working off a salty base. The first thing I pick up is kind of obviously soy sauce. I'm okay on that. That's just gonna be more salty. I do like soy sauce, but we don't need to go down that road. Mystery brown sauce for me. Okay, it's not as brown as I thought, and I really wasn't expecting to get that much.
That looks like it might kill you. It looks red and like spicy.
It is vinegar. But a special kind of vinegar that I'm not really sure what kind. But I like vinegar, so that's good.
It's just like this.
Well, vinegar is going to taint the rest of the business.
It's in your mouth though. You've been tainted, son.
The next guy looks like this, and I have not seen this before. Could be dangerous. Smells a little dangerous. Definitely dangerous. It is spicy, but it is a full flavored spice. Very exciting, very fun.
Well, who's this guy?
This guy is chili oil.
We know that guy.
And we know that guy. If I were to spice this up, I would definitely go with the sauce that I just had. And I probably will. And maybe a little bit of vinegar. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna go with. My stuff came with balls. So, yeah. They're good. So I'm walking down the road and I realize I can read the stuff that's on the ground. So I'm walking past this and I'm reading it and it says look right and I keep going. Just reading it to my left. I don't even bother to look right at all. Just keep on going. I might be dead, but I read the sign.
It's in English. Are you so surprised?
Well, yes, because we don't have this.
Oh, yeah, good
Yeah.
point. You're doing a good job this time. You looked right.
I did! But that's only because there's strange things afoot at the Circle K. Just down the street from where we had breakfast is a place called Pottinger Street. And I saw a picture of it and it just looked like a crumbly little walkway, and I was like, I have to go there. Like, this is highlighted in pink. Pink means must, blue means if you're there. This is pink. And I don't really know, I just like that old feeling, that broken feeling, but yet it's still there. Nobody's tried to fix it. It doesn't need to be fixed, it's functional. It looks like this area is supposed to have shops and stuff, but it's so early that they're closed. And I thought, Eric, let's get out of this kongi shop and go and see this place without anyone there. You'll actually be able to see the stairs. I'm kind of sad I won't get to see the vendors, but I think we're gonna end up going to a lot of markets, so it's nice to kind of see it with a hush, and it'll get liver and liver and liver as we go. So
you can see this dude behind Katie up here is setting up shop right now, it looks like.
I can see him too now.
So do you think that each one of these containers behind you is a shop? Is that what we're guessing?
It's either a shop or a very weird locker. Like, people just come and stuff teenagers in.
Yeah, I think
like 18 teenagers in there.
I think they're all little shops, man. Or teenager lockers.
Yeah.
Why teenagers?
Have you ever? Nobody's taken old people and stuffing them in lockers.
When you're popping them off the top, it makes me wonder about your psyche a bit.
Look, I tormented a lot of teenagers. Still do.
As you may or may not know, Hong Kong was for like 100 years a British colony essentially. So all the infrastructure was built by the British. And even though you're in Asia, you see little splashes of Europe. And these lanterns behind me are an example of that, and they're gas lanterns. So in the early 1900s, the city apparently at nighttime was illuminated by these gas lanterns, which have got like, you know, the gas system like under the ground and whatnot, like hooks into all of these. So everywhere and all the streets and everything at nighttime, you would be, you know, all the street lights were gas. After World War II, they decided like we don't need gas lanterns because, you know, we have light bulbs. So they replaced everything with light bulbs and everything. So we have more modern like lighting system now. But there's still 4 of these old gas lanterns sitting at the base of these stairs. And it's just sort of like it's like a national monument type of like thing that's been established so that, you know, they can kind of hold on to a little piece of like the old school days. The plaque up at the top says that one of the unique features of a gas lamp over a kerosene lamp is that you do still have to manually light it every day, but you don't have to bring it fuel manually because the fuel comes from, you know, the pipes in the ground. So when back in the day, somebody would have to go around with like a long stick and like put the fires out in the morning and then light them every night so that the city would come alive. And I do believe that is the same as it worked like back in the day, like in Europe and everything. So it's fairly an authentic system. They did say though that these are shorter stems, and I'm not sure if that was on all of them or just these 4 that still remain. But it mentioned like these are short-stemmed gas lamps. Is that noteworthy?
What?
You know where you are?
No.
Come here.
Oh man, I'm in the Hoga. Aww. Come on, man.
It's pretty rare to see a Tesla in Japan, but I've seen like 10 of them and I've only been here a couple hours now, so they must be popular.
There are not enough octopi on this card.
It's got an 8 on it though.
I feel like this could have an amazing mascot. This really, really could have an amazing mascot, but it doesn't. We're gonna now take what I'm gonna call the Metro, because I really don't know the names.
I think it's an MRT, right?
Yeah, so maybe that's short. No. I just did the spelling of MRT. Doesn't work. We're gonna take that like 3 stops over to a place that we were really intimidated by at one point, Chungking Mansions. So we're on our way there.
Are you still nervous about it?
No. I actually feel like it's an oasis of housing. Shitty housing, but cheap nonetheless.
Anybody that knows about Hong Kong, when they find out that we've stayed there, is just like, whoa, why did you stay there? It's basically a building that's a ghetto. Let's check it out.
Whoa, 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 whoa. It is the MTR. Possibly short for Metro. Apparently the MTR is very fast, and in a split second we are now at Chungking Mansions. And that's kind of exciting for me because we've been here before and it was intimidating and a little scary, and I now think we have a little more cojones. So we're gonna hop in the elevator, the tiny, tiny elevator, and see what we can find up on the many, many floors of housing.
We went on the elevator, we met a woman that owns or runs a hotel, which there's like hundreds of inside of this building, which is a city block with like a building on top of it, and different sections, and different elevators go to different areas, and different elevators on the same area go to different floors, and then you just get lost in this maze. So we ended up talking to the girl, and she took us and showed us a room. We were like, ah, it's okay, and we want to see some more to try to like gauge out what things cost. And people were telling us like twin rooms are 250 Hong Kong dollars a night, and that's what, like 30 bucks or something like that.
32.
Right around there. Yeah. And we didn't really, I think I remember when we were here before, we paid about $30 a night. So we ended up just like, okay, we're gonna check out some other rooms, and we just went and through this, like, it's just a maze. It's like a maze. Like, you're just going around, you're lost. Like, instantly you go around 2 corners and you can't see like where you came from anymore. So we just, you know, made our way through there, and we eventually found a place called Canada Hotel, and they gave us a little bit cheaper deal. It's $200 per night for a twin room that's got a nice window and everything. So we're gonna go ahead and just hook that up, and right now we're just gonna leave our bags with them. It's still kind of early, so we're gonna head out in the city and check out some things, and then come back later tonight, and hopefully we will find it again. That's the tricky part. I'm in a building connected to Chungking Mansions using a public bathroom. It's like a shopping mall and stuff in this building, and all sorts of restaurants, and just chaos and another maze. But anyway, I'm in a bathroom, so like, you know, it's not the dirtiest bathroom I've ever seen, but it's also not the cleanest bathroom I've ever seen. It's just kind of a little bit of a grungy bathroom. And, they got these mirrors, they got the sink, and they got the club lights going, y'all. Look at that. And you see that blinking? Interesting addition. Katie was in a 7-Eleven, and a thing happened to me that doesn't happen in Japan. I was like standing on the outside of the 7-Eleven, just leaning against the wall, looking like Jay and Silent Bob, sipping on a mango drink, and a dude came up to me. He seemed to be Indian or Middle Eastern descent, and was like, yo, you want some hash? I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to go to Chinese prison. I've got some stuff I gotta throw away, but this isn't the right place.
Kind of a dim sum restaurant. It is very, very busy, and there's really no one here to help us. We are looking for a place for 2 people to sit, but there's only onesies everywhere, and we don't really know what to do. So we're just gonna wait, and then hopefully someone will give me food. Japanese calls this wagon style. A person's gonna come around with a wagon. Inside the wagon are going to be various dim sum, appetizing, beautiful things that you have no idea what's inside. They are alluring, but dangerous. We've been given a nice little sheet that kind of makes me feel like we're going to play bingo, but they're going to count up the number of things that we have chosen to eat, and then we pay whatever they tell us to pay. I'm just going to eat till I'm full.
The menu is a cart.
The menu is a cart. It's all pictures in real life. have our first plate and give it a sniff. It smells like bread from high school.
Yeah, it does. It smells like porchetta and gravy bread.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So let's to dim sum adventures.
To dim sum adventures, yeah.
And just give a big bite. And whatever's in there is what's in there.
It's like kabocha?
Kind of like sweet condensed kabocha. Some sort of deliciousness. I would say it's more dessert than it is anything.
But it was the first cart to come by, so it's what we grabbed.
You just gotta get it while it's coming.
Another cart came by in like 10 seconds because there's a constant stream of them going by basically. And had something a little more traditional looking dim sum style like dumplings. And these apparently have got shrimp inside of them. And they also handed us some chili oil. So I'm going to put a little bit of chili oil on that and eat it. The shrimp is really good.
Really?
It is really good. Yeah, and it's really just, the chili oil is where most of the flavor is coming from. The shrimp is just, you know, a shrimp, and then the skin doesn't really have a whole lot of flavor. So most of the excitement is coming from the chili oil, which is spicy, but not like burning my face off spicy. It's pretty good. I wish I knew how much it cost. I kind of get the impression it's not going to be a rip-off in here, though. If it was a rip-off, it wouldn't be packed like this.
This next one is not tiltable. It has a lot of liquid in the base, and from what we can tell, it is a fluffy meatball. Perhaps they've added flour or something to the meat and then steamed it.
You got like a dumpling, like an American dumpling looking thing?
Kind of American dumpling thing going on here. And we've also got it's friend of potato. I don't know what friend, but it's friend of potato. Very salty. And slippery. It's kind of like hanpen in Odin, where it puffs up and it has a fishy base, but it's quite salty at the same time. So they balance each other out. It's quite delicious.
Does it have meat in it like we suspected?
Yes, I think it has, for this one, maybe fish and Japanese is all that's sitting in my head, and shrimp. So it's good. I think even you'll like this one.
Another dessert tray went by, so we got some more dessert. This seems to be, I'm going to see if I can pronounce this right. It's screwed up in my head. Kasutera is a Japanese pronunciation, and it's like these little like sponge cake balls that they sell at festivals in Japan. And this is supposed to be kind of like a similar type of thing, and it is the origin of this thing is from Portugal, I think, and it's a sponge cake or something. So I'm in Hong Kong eating a Portuguese sponge cake that I know about from a Japanese set of balls and a matsuri. That really doesn't make any sense. So anyway, before it gets cold. They do deliver it warm. I don't know if you can see it.
I can see that. Wow.
Yeah. It's really good. It's not overwhelmingly sweet or anything. There's definitely some sugar in it. Whoa. It's really good. It's better than the little Japanese balls with the matsuri.
I will never get the balls again.
From now on, it only comes in square form.
Type feel to it. I mean, it's kind of creepy when I do that. A coworker who has flown the coop recently, prior to leaving, told me about his favorite dim sum and treats that he likes when he comes to restaurants like this, and this was one of them. I believe it's going to be like a ground pork inside, soy sauce on top, and it's wrapped in a gelatin-like wrap. I'm just gonna jump in.
I'm impressed with your bravery. You got up and hunted this one down. How did you see it from across the room?
I saw somebody else grab it. Kind of has a beef stew type vibe, which is really strange. It's got like the dumpling feeling on the outside and then beef stew on the inside. strong, very relaxed zestiness. I don't know what kind of meat that is.
Well, try it with the sauce. It's cool how they each come with their own decorations. Every item has a different sauce.
No description for that sauce. It is like vinegar and soy sauce plus random leafy flavor. I don't know what that leafy flavor is. I guess it could be shiso, but it's not that strong.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a really weird flavor. It's tangy.
Is it good?
Yes, it's very good, and it does complement the zestiness, the relaxed zestiness of this. They're doing good here. Really good. I see why they're in the book.
I also like how they've just been making tea right next to me the whole time. It's a little bit warm. It doesn't look quite like you won bingo.
Oh, come on, man. I got 4 in a row.
What do we do with this now?
Run.
Like, how do you pay?
I'm just gonna walk around with this until someone stops me and asks for money.
When you come in, there's really no staff to like officially help you find a place to sit, but when they want your money, there's definitely a person there to take your money. So that part actually was pretty simple. You just went up to a counter and you just paid, you gave her the receipt, and she just knew how to make that numbers. And it turned out to be 174 Hong Kong dollars, which is like $22 USD.
Ooh, okay, so and we did the math at the table. I actually found the key to how they score all of these delicious treats, and we did the math at the table. I think we came up with 140 something.
Yeah.
But they gave us tea, and I think that the little piece of paper that they give us is a certification that they gave us tea.
Yeah,
so like a service fee, and I'm not
tax,
sure if tax
maybe?
happens here. I don't know, but
I feel like it was a little bit, it was more expensive than I expected, but I think it was worth the money for the experience.
Yes.
And it was very good. Like, there was no doubt it was an amazing meal.
And I also noticed that a reason I think it is a little more expensive is that each plate is kind of for 3 or more people. It's not just for 2 people. You're gonna get 3 dumplings, or you're gonna get 4 shumai, or you're gonna get so-and-so. So, maybe bringing a friend would cheapen it up a little bit for everybody across the board.
You mean another friend?
Yeah. Oh.
I saw some people in there alone.
Oh, they're rocking it, or they really like that one dish a lot.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, it was like, $11 per person. That's not so bad. But I guess I just expected it to be kind of like local thing, like somebody might come here like 3 times a week or something, and I think that kind of expensive just for,
But say you came, you like your shumai, and
You get it a few times.
you like one other dish, and it
Yeah.
ends up being 80.
And I'm pretty full. And we probably got too many sweets. Maybe they were more expensive or
80's
something.
$11, Katie.
Yeah, but I mean, I
can't
guess
get
when
this
I
one.
go get sushi in Japan, that's about what I spend. $11 or something is about
Yeah.
right. So well, maybe I'm just being stingy.
And this one might be their sushi.
Yeah, I think so. It was damn good. Cool experience. The atmosphere was like amazing.
Overwhelming.
It's also a public holiday today, which might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Buddha's birthday, I think. So.
Happy birthday, Buddha.
It's a bit different than Payless, but it's effectively the same thing.
We've wandered down the streets. There have been markets along the way, and me getting lost and taking us in an entire circle. I did that after lunch, but we probably needed it after all that food. We've come to Manmo Temple, and inside people are lighting incense and worshiping as they normally would, but also I think worship is probably increasing today because of Buddha's birthday. Happy birthday, Buddha! He's having a great time. And above him and above all the people who are worshiping, there are these mosquito coil-like incense that are spiraling up into the ceiling. And at first I thought they were just a decoration, but they are an actual incense. All of them are burning, and I assume they burn them every single day. I don't know if they put them out, or I'm not sure how they go about it, but they are dangling amazing things from the ceiling that are on fire. What were you trying to say?
The lady with the blowtorch.
Oh yeah, that was really unexpected. The lady with the blowtorch, that was amazing. I kept like nudging Eric, like watch, 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 and then she finally blowtorched like had to have been 100 incense sticks. Happy birthday, Buddha. I don't even know how to say how kind of cool this is. I mean, you can get Legos of Tokyo Tower, but you can get Legos of this. This is awesome. You can sit there and make this, and I don't know, like saying that this is random or not worthy of Legos. Like what I'm saying is that's amazing that somebody was like, I'm going to make this, and it's sitting outside of the area that it's outside of, and I kind of want one. Hong Kong is far from flat. I think I've walked up more stairs just in the hours that we've been here today than I have month, 2 months, 6 months. It's a lot of stairs. And luckily somebody decided that instead of making people hike it up this lovely, I actually think it's a set of hills, or at least an increase in level, increase in level, increase in level, they put a bunch of escalators. So we're gonna escalate.
Coming up that escalator is pretty fun. Like, it's a really long escalator. It took like 20 minutes. You know what I mean? It's in different sections. It's not just one continual escalator. It's got to be like the most escalating there is possible in the world, like in one shot. Along the sides of the road, it really isn't like that interesting. Like, there's a lot of like bars for white people and like coffee shops, like Starbucks style things and stuff. Nothing really like, I mean, I don't know what authentic Hong Kong is really, since it's so Western influenced here. But it's not like these little like crazy Chinese shops and stuff going on for the most part. However, we did stumble across a mosque that I was kind of surprised to see, and it's an operating mosque. It's like there were people inside praying and stuff, and they had like a list of times and everything for what time it was to come and do their prayers and everything. So that was kind of cool to stumble across. I don't know if I didn't not expect it, but it was a little bit of a surprise.
We talked about the layers of Hong Kong, and we really only noted so far like the underground layer and the ground layer. But right now it seems like we're sitting on the second floor, and below us is a first floor and then the ground floor. And that ground floor down there is actually a park that we are trying to make our way to. And we should be able to go through like a nice little leisurely stroll back to somewhere. We found it on a map. We're just following some sort of random path. Should end up being amazing. We got to the ground level, and it's apparently a zoological park as well as just a regular park, and lots of animals around. We've seen orangutans, we've got some random monkeys running around in the background, but a depressing moment has befallen all of us, especially this guy. Is he dead? We verified that he's breathing. Don't worry. But it was a weird moment for everyone that's coming through here. Like, maybe he fell. We met a monkey just a moment ago, and his mustache looks like the mustache of the guy that rides the dog in the Labyrinth. I don't know what his name is.
David Bowie.
That's not David Bowie. I mean, he didn't have a mustache in that. I think he had really great eyebrows.
Oh, you thinking of Freddie Mercury?
I'm not thinking about Freddie. We will find a monkey that looks like Freddie Mercury. And it'll be a really offensive video. But this guy, his mustache looks just like that little guy. Star Ferry is happening right now. I think if on the first day of your trip, you can like check off at least 2 important things, which I definitely have, maybe even more than that. You got a great start going. And we have been walking and walking and walking all day long, and something about just the boat, it's easing all the aches, all the pains.
Your processor's going a little slow right now, yeah. I can tell.
Just a little bit slow, that's alright. I didn't sleep at all last night, and It's not gonna go any faster. We're only going to slow down.
So the Star Ferry connects mainland Hong Kong with Hong Kong Island. And it's like a 5-minute ride on this boat. And I think it's really cool that they've kept it running even though they have built a subway system that goes under the bay. That is, I don't know if it's maybe moving more people per minute or whatever. The boat is pretty big and everything. But like sometimes you just see things like, you know, the ferry system will get discontinued because they've replaced it or whatever. But I think it's kind of cool that they've just kept it going with the boat because I feel like it's like a little bit of Hong Kong's soul.
Okay, can you move that back? You do have to give them your receipt, and then they start processing your stuff. I gave them the receipt for yours, and things started happening. I gave them the receipt for mine, and they just handed it back and blurbed something at me. They didn't tell me what to do, he just gave it back to me. So then I only had one meal, and she was telling me to go away, so I showed her this, and then she just blurbed something at me. And then she pointed at this like display up here. I have to watch the display for my number. It's like Carlos O'Kelly's, but backwards, where like I'm the waitress for myself. And okay, yeah.
So we've come to a place called Cafe de Coral. And the reason we've come here is because when we were in Hong Kong before, I kind of got obsessed with the specific dish that I have now found. And it's starting to click together that we had these similar problems when we were here before, where Hong Kong is part of China now, but culturally it's quite different from China. When you go into China, you see a huge difference between the people there. But there's still little pieces of China and the chaos that is China that drift into Hong Kong. Cafe de Coral is apparently where it's all getting funneled through at the moment. Because the ordering process is bonkers. The first thing you do is you stand here and you look at these huge screens with a whole bunch of people and you decide what you want, and then you stand in like a, you know, a carousel, like a turnstile line thing, not a turnstile, but you know, at the bank, you know what I mean? One of those things, a queue, and then you order from a lady who is stern but effective. But a lot of people like don't know how to order, so they're walking back over to these screens and pushing each other over to touch on the screen to show. It's just bananas. Then they give you these tickets, and then, like Katie said, she had to give them the ticket to initiate my dish to come out, but her dish is gonna be shown on a sign or something. I don't know. Maybe you were being too pushy and they were gonna put it together or something. But since
maybe since I was pushy and now I wait.
yeah, good way to go. But I'm going to show you guys off with what I've got. So
the
now,
size is astounding to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think for American sized food, this isn't that bad size-wise, but for Japanese comparatively, this is pretty big. This is, I believe, like a pork cutlet, kind of. And,
looks like it.
They've just got it sitting on rice with like a tomato sauce. And it doesn't look special, but I remember eating it a lot when we were here and really just being like, man, this is really good. I looked it up.
This is the reason why we didn't try dim sum.
When we were here last time. Yeah, we really screwed the pooch on that. But yeah, there you go. It's just, you know, some meat. It's like $5 for this. Do I still love it? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's worth all the hecticness that is Cafe de Corals.
My food is ready.
Uh-oh. $8.85, go.
$8.85.
It was still confusing, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I went up there and it's just sitting out. I don't know if I was supposed to hand them it or just go up and pick it up. I don't. I'm bad at it.
How would you know which dish was yours? There's nothing marking it.
There was a ticket on there, but they took it away so quickly that I couldn't tell if it said $8.85 or anything like that.
It's so confusing.
I mean, I could kind of recognize my food, and it smells really good.
Yeah, okay. What did you get? You got like a pasta?
I asked you when we were in line if I should go evens or odds. And that distinguished between chicken and risotto or chicken and pasta. And odd got pasta. And so it's just basically spaghetti with a cream sauce and chicken and vegetables.
It looks good, man.
And I got a lemon tea on the side, and I really thought it was going to be cold, which was, I just assumed, but hot also feels pretty good in this cold room, and it's just real lemons and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
This is just, all right.
This morning we went to a different Cafe de Coral location right around when lunchtime starts, which is listed on the wall like at 11 o'clock or whatever. And we waited for half an hour because we didn't want to have the breakfast. The breakfast menu doesn't look good and the thing that I wanted wasn't on it. So we waited for them to turn the menu over. And all the employees were really confused, like why the menu wasn't flipping, and people from the kitchen were coming out and they were like, why haven't you guys changed the menu? They had to manually change the board, right? And the girl came out and like, didn't know what she was doing and like changed like half the menu, and then he just gave up and never put out the thing that I wanted, which is like one of their standard items. So we just left, and then we ended up, it was awesome because we ended up going to that dim sum place, and that was a way cooler experience. But it just, this is a different location we're in, and this one's still like bananas. So it's not only one place. It seems like maybe it's a company-wide policy. I've got a question for Katie. How is that? Is it any good?
Flavor's good. Price is really, really good. It is way too much food.
Yeah.
I saw some girls and they were eating like towers of food. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Is it like a chickeny flavor or a broth? Like what broth? Is it like
cream and chicken? Nothing too crazy, but I have gone and stolen all the possible condiments that I can.
Where's your favorite one?
Including the unicorn chili oil. Yeah. And I'm gonna try those out on this as I go along.
So, anybody that's been watching our videos, I'm thinking maybe they should just disregard anything I've ever said about food in a video, because I've now eaten this again, and it was pretty not good. And I was really, really happy with it when we were here before. So I'm not sure what the circumstances are, like if they've changed the dish, or if I was just crazy then, or maybe it's that I hadn't had a lot of exposure to this style of pork cutlet, and now that I've lived in Japan for so long, my expectations are way, way different. But Katie was just like, I can't believe you're eating that. And she's kind of right. And then I found like this, I don't know where it went, it doesn't matter. I found a piece of plastic in it. There's like melted, like the top from the microwave lid thing didn't fall out right, like they didn't peel all the way off. And yeah, there was a piece of plastic in there. Don't come here and get this thing, it's not good. It's late now, it's dark outside. That's about the best time I can give you. I don't really have any idea what time it is. So we've come back to Chungking Mansions, and we've remembered what floor we're on, and we've remembered what elevator we need to use, and we are back at the door for our hotel room, and it's the first time we've used the key card that they give us to get in. So let's see if this works out, and then see what happens when we go in, and then you guys get to see the room. So I think we just do that twice.
Maybe.
The door is really heavy.
Okay, great.
And then, as you can see, it's just this narrow little mess. This entire building is like this. And I guess this is us, and it looks like it's already open, like they didn't lock it up. None of our stuff was open, so it doesn't matter.
And now you're dead.
Come on in.
Oh, look at the little towels. That's cute.
So this is the whole entire room.
Okay, I'm just gonna move forward and then I'm gonna rotate.
And as you can see, that's everything. This is very similar to what we stayed in before. This is smaller, but like I want to point out, like my palms are flat against each wall. This is not small. My palms are. Ooh, I'm gonna end up upstairs. And then we have a little bathroom, which is a private little bathroom, and the toilet the shower is all in one section, and that sucks, but that is what you're going to get. Like, I mean, there's really not a whole lot of options. And I mean, you can pay more and get like a little bigger room or whatever, but
Paying more did not change the bathroom. I was kind of shocked.
yeah, you're right. So, I mean, we've got aircon, we've got, apparently there's Wi-Fi in here, and that's really all we really need. We don't hang out in the hotel so much, so that's why we're here, because it's kind of cheap. I think it was 200 kroners, right? So
yeah.
200 Hong Kong dollars, and it seems a little expensive, I guess. What is that?
20 something, upper 20s.
Something like that. I have a way to find out. It was 200, right, per one night. That's yen. That's a different number. So 200 Hong Kong kroners is 25.70 right now in USD. So, I mean, it's a little small, but, you know, we're in the middle of Hong Kong. How do I do that again? I don't know how to start. What did I do?
Well, you talked to me about cum in a bottle for about 3 minutes straight, and a small amount, and a moderate amount, and trickery. Hey everybody, Hong Kong is amazing. I want to be in Hong Kong right now. I'm not there, but I would definitely want to go right back right now. Like
you want to go back to Cafe de Coral and get confused about the ordering and everything?
Yeah. I want to go back there and just watch for a while and make sure we understand how it works. I think we really did understand it in the end, but it was stupid. And yeah, that food wasn't too great.
Do you remember the trash cans? What they said on them? You remember this? There was one specific, yeah. The cum dumpsters that were all.
Yeah, the cum dumpsters that were all over the place. We didn't even say that while we were there.
No, I don't know if it needed to be said, but there we go. Yeah, so there's gonna be more Hong Kong coming, where we're gonna go out and explore some of the islands that are like Hong Kong's countryside, essentially.
I didn't even know those islands were there. Like you were like, we're gonna go and do some islands, and I just thought, yeah, on Hong Kong Island. Like, that's what
Hong Kong is a series of islands and a piece of the mainland.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go and we explore some of these little islands that we've never been to before, and hopefully you guys will be able to like follow along and check that out, because it's kind of like a little angle of Hong Kong that I don't think too many people get the opportunity to see. So those will be coming in future Hong Kong episodes, and there's some more Borneo stuff coming as well. And we're going to shoot a new...
You're doing this really well right now.
Yeah, I'm really knocking it out.
You're really knocking it out of the park. I'm just watching you.
This weekend we're going to shoot a van. Like we do a prefecture sometimes. We're going in a van to go to vamping. Yeah, we're going to Ibaraki, and we're going to shoot that, and that'll be up at some point as well in the future. Katie's got the book, and she's putting that all together.
Yep. Oh! Spoilers.
Oh, were there spoilers? You could read them? Oh, you translated some?
There were spoilers on there.
I do see some spoilers.
That's okay.
So, yeah, that'll be coming in the future as well. So we'll be getting some more Japan injected within all of the Hong Kong and Borneo stuff that's going on. Mm-hmm. But if you want to see some Japan stuff that's like today-ish type stuff, you can check out our Instagram that I've been trying to post on there quite a bit. I'm having a good time with that. So if you haven't followed us over there, check out our Instagram, and we've got a Twitter and a Reddit and a Facebook and a website and all those things, and that's all linked in the description down below the video and everything down there. So if you want to check that out and see like what's going on today, or well, yeah, today I posted something today. It's up there. So yeah, thanks everybody. Oh, we have a Patreon too if you want to help us out financially. There, did I get it all?
You're really professional.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna get a job doing this.
Why am I here?
I don't know.
I just showed the spoilers and I did nothing in this video.
Thanks, everybody.